Hey friends, it's Mike. It's Sunday, it's November 3rd, 2019, and around 3 p.m. here on the East Coast. I wanted to do this video just to catch everybody up on where I'm at with a couple of things with regard to the McCartney conspiracy. The first being the one that most people are waiting on is the presentation that has to do with whether the Beatles wrote all of their own music. And I am still shooting for the end of this month, November. However, it may bleed into December. And the reason is because the amount of information that I have been researching and taking in from the team and from people outside the team, compiling and stitching together has been, it's been a big job. But I will promise you that when the presentation comes out, it will be extremely thought-provoking. And right now I have about 50 slides done, and they are setup slides before I get to the meat and potatoes of the presentation. So I'm expecting that it's going to be easily over 100 slides that I'm going to take everybody through when the presentation finally comes out. And the way I'm going to approach this is to be as objective and as neutral as I possibly can be, and I'm going to let the audience decide. That's how I'm approaching this. So I'm not coming in with an agenda, even though some have accused me of having an agenda to destroy the Beatles and all that nonsense. It's going to be neutral, objective reporting, and I'll let you decide. Okay? So the end of this month, maybe even December, but I need to take my time because I want this to get done correctly. Okay? So that's where I'm at with that. Well, as an example, I should probably talk about this a little bit. Some of the things that I have been going back to as part of this presentation is the John Lennon interview with Playboy back in 1980. There are some nuggets there. Also, and I haven't watched this in like 20-something years, is the Beatles anthology. So there was this little voice in my head that said, well, number one, go back and take a look at the Lennon interview from Playboy back in 1980. And then that same little voice said, Mike, go through the anthology series because there are nuggets there as well. So, as you can imagine, I think there's something like 8 or 9 discs with the anthology series, and it's taking a lot of time to go through it. The interesting thing, though, is knowing what I know now and going through anthology, it's a different experience. So maybe for those of you who have the DVDs, I think it originally came out on VHS, but if you have it on DVD, take a listen to it based upon what you know now about the McCartney conspiracy and see if you don't see things in a different light. Okay? All right, so the other thing I wanted to cover is, this is going to seem kind of silly, but I've had a number of PMs and emails and comments where people are writing me who are either heliocentric believers or flat earth believers, geocentrism, right? So globe, flat earth, and they're asking me questions like this. The song The Fool on the Hill, is that a song that has to do with flat earth? Is that a song that has to do with the globe? And I have not been responding to those questions because it's ridiculous, okay? So if you stop writing me with that stuff. But I have received a number of these emails where I thought to myself, okay, let's just put this to rest, all right? The Fool on the Hill has to do with the tarot deck. The Beatles were all about the occult. They were all about Crowleyism, Thelema. They were all about numerology. They were all about magic. They were all about the tarot card, mysticism, the esoteric, and so on. Okay? It has nothing to do with whether the Earth is flat or whether the Earth is a globe spinning around in space. So let's take a look at what the Fool Tarot card is all about, and this is an entry in Wikipedia, so anybody can go take a look at it. The Fool or the Jester is one of the 78 cards in a tarot deck. The Fool is usually depicted as a beggar or a vagabond. He wears ragged clothes and stockings without shoes. You know, Billy likes to go barefoot, and carries a stick on his back. The meaning: the Fool represents new beginnings, having faith in the future, being inexperienced, not knowing what to expect, having beginner's luck, improvisation, and believing in the universe. That is what the song The Fool on the Hill is all about. Okay, so the other thing is I want to thank everyone again for all of the emails and the PMs and the comments and the kind words. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it, and I do apologize for not being able to get back to everyone. I receive, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I receive a lot of emails and a lot of PMs, and I can't possibly get back to everyone. It's just not possible. That's why you get the auto response back from my Sage of Quay email to let you know that you may not get a response from me. But I do appreciate it, and it really warms the heart that a lot of people are awakening to this conspiracy. I received some really nice PMs this morning from my Sage of Quay Facebook page where folks are picking up on things. You know, they're seeing the clues now, and this is very good. It's very good. I want to thank everybody for all of their support, because this channel has grown. 500 new subscribers over the last 45 days or so, 60 days, which is very good, considering that you know, this is one of those conspiracies that a lot of people avoid. So you know, 500 over the last 2 months or so is a good story. And I would like to thank everybody who is following me on Twitter, because the Twitter account is looking pretty healthy these days. And also all the folks who are following my Sage of Quay Facebook page. I think I'm pretty close to 2,000 followers there now. And thank everybody for also going to the blog. The blog does about 1,000 views a day, or 30,000 views a month. It used to be a lot more before Google decided that it was going to turn the spigot off, and it did that mostly in Europe on me, and I've gone through this before, but still not too bad. 1,000 people a day, 30,000 people a month, you know, it's still a good deal. All right, so the net of it is, thank you everyone for your support and your kind words. I will have the presentation out. Did the Beatles write all of their own music? By the end of this month, maybe December, because I want it to get done right. And like I said, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to present my findings and my research, and the findings and the research of the extended team, and then we will let you decide whether the Beatles wrote all of their own music. Okay, so that's it for today, a short video, and you guys have a great Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.